it's me, Edu-onimus, and today, me and Buck are going to be explaining the rainfall of New Zealand and its similarities with Australian rainfall. I know what you're thinking, guys. Oh no, another piece of educational Well, don't worry. Things always go interesting when anthropomorphic dinosaurs are on the show.
Oh god, where are the brakes? Oh, wow!
Since Buck here has just smashed right in the middle of the southern island, how about we start there?
Okay guys, we shall begin with the majestic, mountainous southern island. Our hypothesis states that it gets primarily orographical rainfall on the western coast. Ocean winds in the winter blast water molecules from the sea out of the water, and they're forced to climb over the mountains, as seen in this presentation. And due to the cold air above them, the evaporated water gets cold and becomes a liquid, descending down to the mountains as rain. During the summer and winter, the waves slam against some mountains, launching water into the air, and the same pattern happens. However, the east side is very different. It doesn't get anywhere near as much rain, even in the wet winters. The reason for this is because by the time the rain has expelled, it's all been gone over the mountain, and the energy it would take to cross the mountain and go through the cold atmosphere means that doesn't get there. The result is that 50% of the South Island gets a lot of rain, the other hardly gets a thing. At some points in the year, convectional rain and orographical rain is created in the twisting streams of Milford Sounds. It builds up in the mountains and pours out. Convectional rain also occurs on the South Island. Now let's talk about the capital containing North Island. The North has a much different system. It doesn't get anywhere near as wet as the South Island's west coast. It's rather flat, which means there isn't enough time for the rain to cool over the land. However, one large spot on the map is an obstruction. Mount Taranaki is a huge volcano that has a steep incline, so rain bumps into it and is forced up, spilling rain out all over the mountain. Most rain on the North Island is convectional. See, that is Mount Taranaki. You can see how the rain would bump into it in this animation.
Okay, let's stop looking at hiking places and look at the similarities with Australia. Come on, Buck. Hurry up.
Okay, don't rush me. Okay. The South Island's west coast has a very similar pattern as Australia's Great Dividing Range. Sea air and wind blast water into the mountains. They go up, freeze, and fall. Unlike Victoria and South Australia, New Zealand doesn't get as much frontal rain, as it's much smaller and doesn't have much warm air to mix with Arctic's chill. The interesting thing is wind. In the winter, the Earth's tilt forces wind to push water towards New Zealand, but in summer, it blows the other way and most rain is dumped on Australia. It's a major fact in rain, as New Zealand is so tiny, it's normally passed on by wind. Indonimus, do you see how the wind works?
Oh yeah, I do get it. It bumps off Australia, kind of.
Yep, you're right.
Now it's getting passed off.
Yes, Indonimus.
Thank you, Buck.
No problem.
So, I better get this thing to my friends' kids. They need this video presentation for school.
Yep.
Oh, wait, Buck, just one question. I felt a little uncomfortable since we passed that no access point fence, so where are we standing?
Oh, that's simple. In the middle of Queenstown Airport's main runway.
Oh.
Roadkill.